Welcome learners of BA Honours English Part 3, Paper 7. The topic today is a poem by Sarojini Naidu called Caprice. Born as Sarojini Chattopadhyay in a Bengali Hindu family on February 13, 1879 to Aghor Nath Chattopadhyay and Sundari Devi, she died on March 2, 1949 in Lucknow. Her father, Aghornath Chattopadhyay, held a doctorate of science from Edinburgh University, while her mother was a Bengali poet. Eldest of 8 siblings, Sarojini Naidu studied at King's College and then at Cambridge. She wrote a play, Maher Munir, as a child, and it earned her a scholarship to study abroad. She was proficient in English, Bengali, Urdu, Telugu, and Persian. She became the president of Indian National Congress and was later appointed as governor of the United Province, now Uttar Pradesh. She was also known as the Nightingale of India. Her poetry includes children's poems, nature poems, patriotic, and poems of love. Published books. In 1905, The Golden Threshold was published. In 1912, The Bird of Time, Songs of Love, Death, and the Spring. 1917, The Broken Wing, Songs of Love, Death, and the Destiny, including The Gift of India. 1990, Muhammad Jinnah, An Ambassador of Unity. 1943, The Sceptered Flute, Songs of India. 1961, The Feather of Dawn, posthumously published. 1971, The Indian Weavers, posthumously published. The poem Caprice. You held a wild flower in your fingertips. Idly, you pressed it to indifferent lips. Idly, you tore its crimson leaves apart. Alas, it was my heart. You held a wine cup in your fingertips. Lightly you raised it to a indifferent lip. Lightly you drank and flung away the bowl. Alas, it was my soul. Now, this poem has been taken from the second volume of the three-volume collection titled The Broken Wing, Songs of Love, Death, and Destiny. This collection displays a greater depth of feeling and a brooding sense of sadness not present in the earlier volumes. The poem consists of two stanzas. In the first stanza, Sarojini Naidu uses the image of a wild flower, hinting at the free-spirited nature of the woman who is as soft and delicate as a flower. To preserve this fragile beauty of nature, it must be tended with good care. Thus, the lines symbolize the needs of a woman to be taken care of by her husband so that she may thrive in love and life. The term idly points at the sense of indifference which the husband feels towards his wife. In the last two lines, it is clear that this attitude has wreaked havoc on the woman, and as a result, she is heartbroken. The torn apart leaves represent the aggrieved heart. The poet uses terms like crimson to highlight the graphic reddish purple color to embody the violence of falling apart, the idea that it has been asunder. The torn apart leaves represent the aggrieved heart. I repeat, the poet uses terms like crimson to highlight the graphic reddish purple color to embody this violence. Now, when a leaf is ripped from a flower, it does not shed this color. but it is used to assign it with heart. The exclamation, alas, shares the sorrow of the instant that the leaf is torn apart, otherwise seen as a grief stricken heart. In the second stanza comes up the image of the wine cup, suggesting again a woman with a fragile object, or you could say as a fragile object. Similarly, she uses the word lightly instead of idly to further progress on the already fallen status of woman, the broken woman. She is once more objectified as the lines go, drank and flung away the bowl, making it obvious that she was used and once again remains unattended and neglected. The term drank, symbolizing the use of a body, and then flung away the bowl, having no use with her anymore. And this time, the soul has ripped apart. When I and me is used as objects, it gives the character in the poem a direct connect of a more personal nature in the poem. The two stanzas reciprocate through their use of repetition of imagery, using heart and soul as two different entities of the same body. Thus, this poem symbolizes the diminishing nature of many men on the traditional household. Girls marry when they are young, free spirited like the wildflower, with a heart full of love. Then, as she matures and ages like the old wine, is flung away recklessly with a seared soul, never to heal. Sarojini Naidu takes the underlying issues and condenses them into short poems of seething power and energy. Thank you.